is up, guys? Welcome back. This is the coaching corner. Sorry about that. I'm kind of worn out from watching the game last night, and I'm a little worn out. Didn't really sleep all that great. Wearing my Eagles gear. Hope you all are having a fantastic day. If you have not already, make sure you check out my link tree. It has all of my things that I have going on, whether it's affiliate marketing, whether it's the link to my other money making podcast. All of that is up for display, as well as your link to financial freedom in a program that I am promoting that allows you to become an affiliate marketer yourself, as well as to create your own business. Now, today we talk about a subject that is very near and dear to my heart. So many of you probably don't know this, but I'm a physical education teacher at my local school. I went to school at a place called SUNY Cortland. It is known for having created a very, very hard physical education program to be well versed in all kinds of different things, activities to be done outside and inside, and as well as fitness and health concepts. Now, because of the world we live in now, okay, part of the culture is now reverberated around. I just realized I didn't even bring my mic right close to me. Wow. It is now reverberated around the idea that, however you choose to live is the right way to live, and nobody has the right to tell you otherwise. Now, that kind of belief, that kind of left-minded belief, flows into health and fitness concepts as well. So today I'm going to be doing a reaction video about a topic that, again, is going to create a lot of controversy, but it's something that needs to be talked about. Okay, and that is the body image, the fat positivity movement, has it gone too far? Again, we preach to people, and I preach to kids to make sure that they're always choosing a healthy lifestyle and healthy choices to avoid these situations. But now you have people on social media that are kind of diverting from what science actually says is the correct thing to do. So you'll be seeing me do a reaction video kind of debunking some of the things that this woman is saying. It's an episode that was off of Dr. Phil. I almost said Phil Collins. Dr. Phil. There's a lot of controversial things being said. Again, I don't espouse any of these beliefs, but I definitely am going to talk about them in a certain sense, and we'll see how much we can get through. If I need to, I'll split this into two parts. But let's kind of dive into it. We're only going to go for about 15 to 20 minutes this time, and then maybe we'll split it up the next time around. So let me kind of get this started here. All right. All right, so, yeah, oh God, I'm really not looking forward to this, because this is going to be just giving me gray hairs nonstop. By the way, how about those Eagles, huh? Yeah, so, alrighty, so here we go. All right, so this is the... So this is the episode. Okay, so has the body positivity movement gone too far? Okay, I'm gonna withhold judgment on this before I say anything. Let's see here. There we go. Alrighty, so let's
New Dr. Phil. Has the body positivity movement gone too far? Based on science, if you're overweight, you're at risk for diseases.
I disagree with you.
So you would reject the science.
People of a higher weight are more likely to survive heart attacks. So many doctors are middle-aged white men, and my body is different.
Thank you for calling me middle-aged. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today is going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
Get ready to take care of you.
I find it funny when I'm drinking a protein shake and we're about to talk about this subject.
You know, for the past few years, people have been talking about body positivity, the acceptance of all bodies, regardless of size, shape, skin tone, gender, or physical abilities. Now, the main idea is that beauty is a social construct and should not determine a person's self-worth or value. Now, this belief has been promoted and populated on social media by many influencers and celebrities, including singer Lizzo, who said earlier this year, "I know I'm fat. It doesn't bother me. I like being fat."
Okay, so one thing here, guys, is that why does this keep transitioning over? One thing about this, guys, is that I love Lizzo's music. Lizzo is an extremely talented person and an extremely talented artist. But the fact that she is promoting that, you know, she's fat and there's nothing wrong with it and all of these other things is contrary to everything that men and women look for in a mate, right? So men are designed to look for highly attractive women, right? Females are designed to look for high value men, and financial security most of the times. Okay, just speaking in generalities here. You know, obviously there are some exceptions to the rule, but you know, and I've always said this, if you have celebrities that are promoting a particular point of view or a particular ideology, I guess you could say, when you do that kind of stuff and it's being promoted to children, what are those kids naturally going to do? They're going to promote those ideals to their friends and everything else, and what's going to end up happening is that you're going to have kids that are viewing this and thinking to themselves, well, it's okay to be like this. You know, Lizzo's like this. You know, you see kids idolizing, you know, pro athletes all the time. You know, LeBron James, for example. I don't agree with anything that he spews out when it comes to Black Lives Matter, but there's kids out there that, you know, champion everything that he says, and it's like, okay, well, at some point you have to. There has to be some accountability for what it is that you're promoting. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of my belief on that. But anyway,
and I'm beautiful
continue.
And I'm healthy. So can we move on? But there are critics who say we can't move on because fat is not fit, and the body positivity movement contributes to the obesity crisis by dissuading people from improving their health. Now, let's start off with Lexi and her husband Will, who support the body positive movement and say they accept and love themselves just the way they are.
I've struggled with my weight and my body image my entire life. Kids bullied me for my weight, but I always shrugged it off, thinking, oh, well, they're just like mean kids. When I was 10, my friend's mom told me, Lexi, with those blue eyes and that beautiful singing voice, if you just lost the weight, you could take over the world. So it was particularly soul-crushing to learn that adults were thinking negatively about my body also.
Yes, there we go.
My journey to accepting myself was gradual. I've really made peace with my body. I started creating content for Instagram about 4 years ago to document my own self-acceptance and body confidence journey. One of the most common troll comments I receive is that I'm promoting obesity. So many people seem to feel entitled to a fat person's personal business and are quick to judge them.
Okay, time out. So I apologize for that, guys. I don't know what's going on with my system setup today, but for some reason it keeps switching over to the other section. But anyway, no, you are promoting obesity to children and to grown adults when you post it on Instagram. You lose that privacy when you are posting that kind of stuff on Instagram. Yes, you 100% deserve privacy. However, the moment that you put it on a social media platform, just like me posting something on a podcast, that is, you're now held accountable to the words that you use, right? Now, should somebody take your words and skew them to their own political means? No, they should not. Okay, because that's dishonest. However, but the the reality is that if you're promoting your self-acceptance, then you're promoting your self-acceptance. You know, I'm not a huge fan of promoting things that the person is saying strictly because that's not what the person. What I mean by this is, like, say for example, so during a couple of years ago, when Barack Obama was president, he promoted Black Lives Matter and everything else. Well, there was a Black Lives Matter activist that went around shooting police officers in downtown Dallas. Now, do I blame Barack Obama for that? No, of course not. But can you agree that maybe possibly his words may have had something to do with it? Yeah, possibly. But then you start going down the path of, okay, well, we need to police speech, and that's not something that we need to do. Okay, I'm gonna try not to pause this as much, but yeah, to me, you lose your sense of privacy when you post something on social media like this.
When people are berating me online and telling me I'm gonna die by the time I'm 30, it is not inspiring. Will and I are soulmates. He is the love of my life.
I think body positivity is good, but people online have made rude comments to Lexi just because she's fat. It's painful to watch. I respect her tenacity, her fight, and her vigor through it all.
I hope that people can just see me loving myself the way that I am and feel inspired to love themselves the same way.
Lexi, Will, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
What's your definition of body positivity?
My definition of body positivity is pretty simple. It's self-acceptance, radical self-acceptance, regardless of whether you're as healthy as you'd like to be,
right?
Or whether you love how you look, or maybe sometimes you don't. It's the belief that no matter how you feel in that moment, you know that you are deserving of good things and respect and dignity.
Okay, how many of you, just by a show of hands, would support what she's just saying with her definition? Okay, how many of you would say, I got a problem with that?
Thank you.
Okay, a couple of wafflers. Okay, I'm raising my hand because I got a problem with that.
All right.
Do you define it pretty much the same way?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay, then I got a problem with both of you two. So you're in trouble.
We can work it out,
Yeah,
I think.
I bet. Now, here's my problem. See, I think in this society, I think we have always confused body image with self-image. I think they vary together and should not. We have a good body image, our self-image goes up. We have a poor body image, then our self-image tends to go down.
Agreed.
That shouldn't be the way it is. Would you agree?
They should be two completely separate things.
How you view your body shouldn't be the only thing that makes you feel good about yourself. That's what I think body positivity helps with. If you start to change how you see yourself, if you start to approach your body image with a sense of compassion and tenderness, then you start to see yourself in a more gentle light rather than like a harsh criticism. And so when you are feeling negatively about your body, instead of it making you feel negatively about yourself altogether, you can say, I feel negatively about my body today, but I'm going to show myself kindness and compassion, and I'm just going to say, you're doing your best, and tomorrow's a new day. And then that way you kind of lift up your entire self-image.
See, you're contradicting yourself then. You're saying, I don't like my body image, I'm just accepting it, and I'll do better tomorrow. And I don't, see, to me, this body positivity says we're not going to focus on body image, we're going to focus on the person inside, but it seems to be totally focusing on body image. What about the health issue?
Correct. I would agree with Dr. Phil here. Yeah, I mean, the body positivity movement is essentially saying it doesn't really matter what I look like on the outside. You still need to accept me as the same way as somebody who, say, like my wife, who's a fitness model, with the same level of respect as her. I'm sorry. I'm not like, say I go out to the bar, right, and I see my wife, who is not, well, my fiance, my soon-to-be wife, at the bar, and I see this woman at the bar. No offense, I'm gonna look right past this woman and not find her really all that attractive. Now there's a small fraction of minority of men that do view this as attractive. However, a majority of men are not going to find this attractive, unless it's like this guy who's kind of, I mean, he seems like a nice enough guy, but to me, he's just kind of going along with what it is that she wants to do, and to me, it seems like she's already kind of the person who takes the reins in the relationship as opposed to it being a partnership. She seems to be the one that's calling the shots a lot of the time. You know, in a relationship, a lot of the time, the man needs to take the role as the leader, and there's going to be times that the female needs to take the role as the leader. But, like, for example, when it comes to stuff, like, in my marriage, when it comes to stuff like dealing with the house, I'm shutting up and I'm listening to my wife. You know, when it comes to stuff outside of school, you know, coaching, things like that, things that I deal with on the outside of the house, you know, my wife, you know, gladly allows me to take the lead on that, and she finds that attractive. Most men are not going to find this woman attractive strictly because of her looks. Men are visual creatures. I mean, to sit there and say that I deserve to be treated with the same level of respect, when it comes to dating or whatever, is not, it's not reality, unfortunately. And then for this person to say that I deserve privacy, that's a mind-blowing statement in itself. I think some of these people that are actually like messaging her are actually trying to get her to understand that, like, what you're doing is actually killing yourself. You know, I wish to God somebody would pull Lizzo off to the side and be like, do you have any idea what you're doing to yourself? You know, this extra weight that you're carrying around is putting stress on your organs, and it's putting stress on your joints. Your cholesterol is probably through the roof. Your blood pressure's through the roof. Your heart's working overtime to try to pump that blood around your body. You know, I can't imagine she's in fantastic shape walking around the house. She probably gets winded even just going from the bathroom to the kitchen. You know, I don't know her obviously, but you know, just judging by her size, you know, and coming from a family that had two grandmothers that were severely obese, you know, it takes a toll on your body. Not just, you know, and this is coming from not just my personal experience with it, but it also comes from my own personal you know, background in physical education and fitness and health. You know, it's not good. And to sit there and say that I deserve to be treated with the same level of respect is just not factual.
What I think most of the critics about this focus on the fact that by seeming to celebrate the body, not your worth, not your value, but to celebrate the body, you're ignoring the health risks.
The whole point of fat acceptance, body positivity, body neutrality even, is destigmatizing the fat phobic, toxic diet culture, beauty standards, all of these expectations.
Notice how she said diet culture, right? Toxic, everything else that she is dealing with it's fat phobic, it's toxic, it's all of this other stuff. Because she's not acquiescing to the way the world actually works, she views everything else as the problem, not herself. That's the issue. The reality is the reality is the reason why people want to lose weight is because it is a confidence booster for them. It is a challenge for people to lose weight and to destigmatize. Destigmatize what exactly? I mean, are you speaking about the fact that, you know, most people don't want, like my wife, for example, you know, like there was a woman on the cover of ESPN magazine the other day, and she looked at me and she's like, how does this person wind up on ESPN on the same magazine that, say, LeBron James or Sue Bird, you know, athletes of an incredible caliber, wind up on that same magazine when she does not look the part? And I said because to most people, you know, the fat positivity movement is anything if I don't put a person up on that magazine that is of a plus size model, even though they are not healthy in any way, shape or form, somehow I'm fat phobic. I'm part of the problem, and really what it comes down to is that these companies are trying to make a buck off of this. That's what it is. They don't really care, and they don't believe any of the stuff that they're actually espousing. But you notice that most of the time when it comes to stuff dealing with fat acceptance, quote unquote, you know, you notice that it's everybody else's problem except for hers. So I just find that quite interesting.
That are put onto people to look a certain way or to avoid looking a certain way. It's destigmatizing having a specific body image, destigmatizing fatness, and it's putting an individual's personal experience and their personal journey to the forefront, because fat people get lumped into this stereotype where people assume a lot about their habits and their lifestyle and their past. And body positivity, part of that is saying, I am not a stereotype. I am my own individual person.
What do you think?
Okay, before we get to this guy, okay, okay, so to address her first point, so you mean to tell me that because your personal experiences are not taken into account, you're somehow delegitimized or something of that nature? No, it's your body image, the way your body looks is all the evidence I need to know about your habits. Because I can tell you this right now, people like LeBron James, people like Sue Bird, Ronda Rousey when she was fighting, you know, all of these people, and even now when she's in the WWE, are in incredible shape. You know why they're in incredible shape? It's because they don't eat garbage. They have an understanding of what it means to have they have an understanding of what it means to have calories in versus calories out. Okay, I bring calories in here. I need to exercise and bring calories out here. But I also need to understand how to work out. I need to understand how a workout plan works. I need to understand portions. I need to understand food labels. I need to understand all of this stuff in order to create a system that works for me individually. Now, am I saying that I am just an absolute incredible physique human being? No. Okay, there's a little extra there, but would I prefer that that's gone? Yeah, absolutely. But the reality of the situation is that I work on it every single day. This woman, I don't believe, has any sort of workout regimen. I don't believe she has any sort of self-control. You know, she kind of views it as like, oh, you know, this is just my life. I choose to live this life that, you know, I espouse to, and you have to accept me for it. Well, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna accept you as you are, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that, you know, there's gonna be people lined up around the streets to be like, oh, I want to be like you, because in reality, most people don't want to be like that, because they understand the stereotype and the stipulation that comes with it, and the stereotype and stipulation is reasonable. That's the thing. Like, I can understand certain stereotypes are kind of over the top, but to believe that there's not bad habits that are created by somebody that has a really bad weight issue, whether on skinny or whether super skinny or super fat. You know, we don't say that about people who have anorexia or bulimia. You know, like, we don't sit there and say to them, we need to accept them the way they are. No, we try to help those people, and it's the same thing on the other extreme as well.
I think that if you're concerned about someone else's health issues and you're not that someone else, then you don't really have a dog in that fight. If you look at the way that
then don't
fat
put it on
people
social
are
media.
treated, if you look at my experience and her experience and the other experiences of fat people, I can't say that I've ever seen someone who says that they're concerned about my health actually treat me like they're concerned about
Well, and if I might jump in, I think what it really boils down to is that you cannot, medical professional or not, you cannot tell someone's genetics, someone's habits, someone's health simply by looking at them. That's impossible. And unless you are their doctor, their health is really none of your business.
There it is. Oh my God. No. Okay. Girl, I'm sorry. No, absolutely not. Listen, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. You really don't. Okay, it's calories in versus calories out. And if you don't show some sort of self-control when it comes to what you're eating and what you're taking in on a daily basis, making good, solid decisions on what you're eating, guess what? That's going to come back to haunt you. If you don't have an understanding of how to calculate, you know, body fat percentage, how to calculate your macros every day. Your macros, for those of you who don't know, are your proteins, your carbs, and your fats, right? If you don't know how to calculate that to a healthy degree, okay, well, it shows that you don't have any sort of self-discipline. You don't have any sort of self-discipline, and you want to be celebrated for it. No, I'm sorry, I'm not going to celebrate you for it when you are telling my students that it's okay to be fat. It's not okay to be fat. Now, when you're an adult, can you choose to be fat? Yeah, absolutely. It's America. You can choose whatever you want to be. But the idea that we're now just going to ignore that that being fat is still the same as making good decisions, you know, in living a healthy, active lifestyle is just not the same. I'm sorry, we're not going to. No. And you don't get to say stuff like that. You don't get to say, "Oh, it's none of your business. It's not any of your, you know, it's you don't have a dog in the fight," when you're not posting it on social media. I'm sorry. The moment you post it on social media, you're looking for social attention. Okay, we're going to keep going with this about another 2 minutes, guys, and then we'll cut it off and we'll split
However,
it up into two.
Our society has really adopted this idea that if a person is fat, they're automatically unhealthy or at risk of becoming unhealthy very soon, and that it's somehow a moral failure and a personal failure, and that people who are thin somehow have this moral high ground and have some authority to say whether that fat person is healthy or not.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to take a break. We're going to meet a man who said he was once a huge believer in the body positive movement, but it almost killed him when we come back.
Oh, this is going to be a good spot to stop. Okay. All right. So, oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, so these are my final thoughts. So first of all, this is a typical person that is dying for the acceptance, is dying for the attention. And the thing is if anybody says anything to her or him, somehow they're a terrible person, they're fat phobic, they're all of these things. But yet they can't come up with a single cogent argument as to why fat people are somehow healthier than healthy people. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Something tells me that. Oh my God. I'm just so mad at this. Like, this is driving me nuts. Yeah, guys, I like we're gonna have to split this up because this is like I don't want to leave this because this is something that has been going around on social media and other platforms. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Make sure you like and share it with your friends. I'm trying to get at least 3 videos out a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm gonna try to post more if I can. The shorts that I post every day are kind of motivational pep talks and things that I think people need to revisit on themselves and things to really, thought-provoking things that I think people should really consider revisiting, to make not just themselves better, to make more solid, cogent arguments in society to help kind of turn this thing around, because it seems like our culture here in the United States is kind of starting to kind of go down the tubes, and we have to take accountability for what it is that we're promoting, and is it really something that we should be promoting? That's what it comes down to. So again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. Again, I will see you guys next time, and this is the Coach's Corner. My name is Coach Grover, and I am signing off, and I will see you guys next time.